that didn't make you hungry.
Well, it did.
I'm glad. Good, because we know something that's going to make you hungry, and we have the food to prove it. New York City native Diane Kochlias is bringing delicious and healthy Greek and Mediterranean cuisine to international audiences.
Lucky for us, her latest cookbook, The Ikaria Way, is a follow-up to her popular 2014 book, Ikaria Lessons, inspired by her family's heritage. She's joining us now, right here this morning, to share some recipes. So nice to meet you, Diane. Thank you for coming.
Nice to meet you too.
This is fantastic. Talk to us about how you got started cooking.
Oh, my dad was a cook, so I kind of just came via osmosis when I was a kid. You know, Greek families, it's all about food, so we all gather around the table all the time.
Fantastic.
Talk to us about the Blue
Your
Zone
heritage,
and how that ties into everything that you're doing.
So Ikaria a few years ago was, maybe about a decade or so ago, was discovered as a blue zone, which means it's one of the pockets of places on the earth, on the planet, where people seem to live a very long time. So they started to examine, you know, all the reasons why, and food is definitely one of them. All sorts of other reasons as well, like lifestyle, no stress, you know, enjoying life, spending time.
Sounds like not Midtown East.
They're not a very materialistic way to live, you know, all sorts of things. But the food is important, and the people who are now in their 90s and, you know, older generally ate a plant-based diet. Not that meat wasn't present on the island, it was, but mostly for special occasions. And all local, of course. So this book is inspired by the way people eat on the island. I spend a lot of time there. I run a cooking school on the island and cook mostly plant-based dishes.
Okay.
And the book is out today, so this is basically inspired. What else do you want to know?
By your upbringing, by the food that made
raised
you who you are.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. It would be a terrible shame not to go through all these delicious items that you have in front of us. So what have you brought today?
So I have a couple of things out here. I have a vegan moussaka, which I actually prepared last night for a celebratory dinner at Molivos in New York City. So
Shout out to Molivos, love Molivos.
I love Molivos too.
For the uninitiated, what is moussaka?
Moussaka, for the uninitiated, is generally a dish of layered baked eggplant, potato, and ground meat. But this is vegan, so it's sweet potato, eggplant, and instead of the ground meat, I use black beans and create the same texture.
Sounds delicious anyway.
It's really good.
Fantastic.
And then a very simple salad, which I have all the components for right here, which is a mix of spinach and arugula, fresh strawberries, mint, and just a simple dressing of olive oil, vinegar, and a little Greek honey.
Greek honey.
Should we assemble that?
Sure.
Can we put that together? It looks like you have all the stuff to do.
I have all the stuff
assembling.
here. And I have some longevity greens pies there too.
Longevity greens pies.
Yeah, filled with all sorts of greens and herbs. That's a very important part of how we eat.
Now, is the spinach I buy at the grocery store, is that a longevity green? What's a longevity green?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
But it's better to make it yourself.
Okay.
What else do I have here? And that's one of my favorite things there. I have, we eat a lot of vegetable fritters, oftentimes baked. This is an example of that. It's chickpea and winter squash. It's chickpea and butternut with herbs and a little Greek feta.
Oh, I'm giving us some longevity greens. I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be plating, but I was so enthralled.
We also like to eat a lot of nuts on the island. That's another secret to longevity. Nuts are really good for you. They're part of the Mediterranean diet.
What kind of nuts do we have here?
I have Greek pistachios right here. Not from Ikaria, but from another island called Aegina. And a little bit of feta cheese.
I love a feta.
I love feta too, and you always want to use Greek feta.
Sure.
Can you buy Greek feta at the regular grocery store?
Absolutely.
Okay, fine.
Okay. I'm
There's
gonna pass.
your thing.
Pardon our reach, Diane.
Okay.
And I'm just going to get some strawberries in here. This is my little pet peeve. This isn't necessarily traditional.
It's not a Greek strawberry.
I like to mix fruit and savory. So I mix a lot of salads with fruit and vegetables, especially when it's when they're in season.
Sure.
And just a little bit.
I thought you were going to say I only do the fruit in a circle. Around,
no.
I saw you meticulously.
No.
And I thought, well, this is a woman after my own heart. I love the visual order here.
Diane, is this a tzatziki?
That's tzatziki. Yeah.
It is so good.
Now,
and just a super simple dressing of balsamic.
So you're putting it in,
I'm just going to mix it in here, a little bit of olive oil.
Olive oil.
And some of that Greek honey. I'm going to whisk that together quickly.
Now, I know it's partially your heritage. What makes Greek honey better or different? What makes Greek balsamic vinegar, Greek olive oil. Because sometimes I stand at the grocery store and I'm like, should I go to Greece today? Should I?
Well, Greek honey is actually very unique because
Keep eating.
it's all raw. It's mostly all raw honey.
Perfect.
And this is, so you can see how thick it is. It's
Oh,
taken its
wow.
time coming out of the jar there.
It's camera shy today. The honey said,
camera
I'm
shy.
not ready to be in
And
front of
while
all
you
these
finish
cameras.
this, there you go.
Sorry.
Let me get you.
We don't
have
please.
this
You know what? It's
Just
fine.
whisking that together.
You have a couple of exciting events coming
Yes.
I do.
Tell us about
I
everything.
do. I have a book signing at Books and Secrets in Northville, New Jersey coming
Okay.
up. I have a book signing in Armonk on Saturday. Northville is on Wednesday, tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the evening. And Armonk is at a new Greek place called, it's a Mediterranean food market next to Modern Barn in Armonk.
I was going to say, is it modern? Armonk is in Westchester County.
It is.
In New York.
Thank you.
We've got
I
New
didn't
York,
know.
Connecticut, and New Jersey. Armonk. It's a lovely little town.
yes.
It is.
by
It's
the
a
way.
beautiful place.
I'm going to taste this fritter because I've been talking about it since
I've
this
already
morning.
eaten mine. It's insanely good. And this,
Fantastic.
I can't wait to live longer because I had the longevity greens.